Mansplaining? Hi there, I'm Roux. Welcome to my video. And welcome to another Am I the Butt Crevasse? Am I the asshole? I had so much fun last week hanging out with you guys on my live stream. I am so sorry though that the volume of the videos I was reacting to, the Karen videos, which were hilarious, but the volume was so loud. I am so sorry. I am sending kisses to your eardrums. I am so sorry. For the future, I'm going to be better at that and I'm not going to attack your eardrums. So I hope you'll come to another live stream whenever that happens, you know. But today, let's get on to the judging with these stories. Adopted, Shower Me Not, New Siblings, Dime Savvy, Dollar Stupid, Mansplaining? Yes, those are the stories. Let's get started. Adopted. Am I the antagonist for asking a woman how many kids she adopted when she made comments about me adopting interracially? Basically, I have 3 kids and 1 is adopted. She is my youngest and happens to be of African American heritage, whereas the rest of us are Caucasian and she is 9 years old. This happened over the summer, but basically, we were at the water park. I was sitting down and my 9-year-old was playing in the little water feature. She was able to play on it by herself, but kept running up to me to tell me things. The family sitting next to me was black, and about the 3rd time my daughter came up to tell me something, the mom of the family next to me made a comment about white people adopting black children and not knowing how to take care of them properly. She said that she felt bad for my daughter and made comments about her hair looking terrible, but that was just because she was in the pool all day. Her husband kept trying to shush her, but it wasn't working. I eventually turned around and said, "Have you adopted any kids?" She said that she didn't, and I said, "Then you have no room to talk. If you want more African American children in African American households, then maybe you should adopt. Stop talking about my family." When she argued back, I told her that I would report her and I admit that this is where I may have crossed the line. My husband was mad about that and told me that I was taking it too far, but I was so upset. I was glad my daughter was too busy playing to notice, but it hurt so much to hear that and think that she may hear it one day. I completely agree, isn't it better to have a loving family? Skin color shouldn't matter. But then apparently a bunch of people commented under this post, and it all became about hair? Edit, this keeps coming up, but I know how to manage my daughter's hair. In the age of YouTube videos, it would be a shame if I didn't, but I also read blogs and get tips from a Facebook hair group. She has a solid hair routine. This was her normal hair day, so we didn't care about what her hair looked like. She knew we were going to go home and take care of it. She didn't want to wear her swim cap. My 18-year-old is a swimmer, and his friends call swim caps hair condoms every time they wear them, so maybe that's why my daughter hates them, but whatever. I brought it along and had it just in case she changed her mind, but I'm not into fighting battles that don't need to be fought. My other 2 kids are younger adults, and I learned a long time ago to save those battles for more serious things. I was going to report her to security. I wasn't going to call the cops, but I wanted her moved by security for repeatedly harassing us. My daughter kept running up to us, and I didn't want her to overhear the other woman making her feel like she isn't part of our family. But that didn't quell the overwhelming concerns about hair. No, it didn't. Edit 2. More on the topic of hair. I didn't leave her hair looking like a mess. I detangled it, brushed it, and put it in a bun. That is what my daughter wanted, and it was a wash day, so she didn't care what her hair looked like. We were all at the water park until 2 p.m. and started her hair routine at 5 p.m. Yes, this is later than normal, but it was the summer and a special day, so we didn't care. Her hair routine on Sunday means shampooing, conditioning, deep conditioning, moisturizing, and putting it into a protective style before she goes to sleep. It blows my mind that this lady is literally, she's adopted a child who needs a loving home, and this child now has a loving home, and everybody's just really concerned because what if this woman doesn't know how to do her hair? What? And even if she didn't know how to do her hair, which she obviously does, priorities, people. What the hell? Focusing on the wrong things. Next! Shower Me Not. Am I the antagonist for ending a friendship over a baby shower I didn't want? Sorry it's long. I'm about 6.5 months pregnant with my first baby. After finding out it's a boy, we set to work on decorating the nursery, buying all the furniture, toys, etc. we needed. It's now finished, and all we need is baby clothes. We were waiting until we're closer to the due date to do that. This week, me and 3 friends met up after 3 months apart. I've grown a lot, so my pregnancy was the big topic. My bestie, Gabby, started talking about my baby shower, which she had been planning for weeks. This was a surprise because she'd never mentioned this, and I'd never brought it up purely because I don't want one, which I told my friends, who asked why. I told them. We already bought all we need/want for the baby and don't want to double up. I'm worried people, as nice as it is, will buy us things we don't need/want, and I don't want to seem like an ungrateful ass who might give it back/return it. And B, I'm a very shy person, and I'm uncomfortable in social events and having the attention all on me. But mainly, cases of COVID are dropping, but it's not gone. I don't want to expose/risk myself and my baby or my friends and family to it. My friends said they were upset about it, but it was my choice. Gabby didn't agree. She told me it wasn't my choice because baby showers are meant to be thrown for, not by, me, and even if I didn't want one, I couldn't stop her. She would just make it a surprise so I couldn't bail. She was proud of this idea. I told Gabby that was not okay. I don't want one, and it's a waste of money for all involved. They'd buy baby gifts, most of which I can guarantee I have. Gabby rolled her eyes and said I was a killjoy, but the topic was changed. I thought the problem was solved, meaning no baby shower. Oh, but alas, no. Last night, I got a call from my mom, who shouldn't have my number I haven't spoken to since my wedding, and who didn't know I was pregnant. She told me that she had got a baby shower evite from Gabby. She was devastated I hadn't told her I was pregnant, but was so happy to be invited and couldn't wait to see me and baby. I was furious. Gabby knows about the issues with my mom. I hung up and called Gabby right away. I told her if she didn't cancel the shower immediately, she wouldn't see me or my baby again. The evite had my address? And that was not information I wanted my mom having. Gabby said my empty threats wouldn't work, and that I would thank her for the shower even if I didn't think so now. So I hung up on Gabby, blocked her on all social media, and sent her a text telling her the friendship was over before blocking her number. Now I'm getting texts from Gabby's boyfriend and friends saying I'm overreacting. It's just my hormones going crazy. That I'll regret cutting my best friend out of my life. But it took months to cut contact with my mom, and in minutes it was undone. My husband is with me, but my friends are saying I'm being the asshole. I didn't think I am, but now I'm thinking maybe pregnancy brain went into overdrive. It makes me so angry when people try to minimize a woman's feelings by saying she's hysterical. It's either, oh, you're a woman, you're just so emotional, you're hysterical. Or if it's a pregnant woman, oh, you're crazy because you have a baby growing in you. It's like they just use it to invalidate a whole person. It's just disgusting. And how dare they imply that you were overreacting? Gabby literally gave your information to a person who you don't want in your life. I don't give a shit if it's someone you're related to. That is not okay, and Gabby is disturbed if she thinks otherwise. And anyone who sides with her, nah honey, nah. Next! New siblings. Am I the antagonist for declining to meet my 6 half-siblings? My mom and dad divorced when I was 7 because my mom cheated. My dad ended up getting full custody, largely because my mom did not really want me, to put it bluntly, regardless of what she managed to financially strip from my dad. Well, after that, I saw her perhaps once a year, largely against my will, because we had never been close to start with. And to add to that, not seeing her for a year, I was terrified. This continued until I was 12, which was when I told my dad I no longer wanted to see her, as it was at best awkward. He agreed, and that's the last time I saw her. She remarried when I was 9 and had 2 new kids by then. She had another two in the time from 9 to 12. One she had when I was 16, I think, and the last one is recent. My dad has recently become way more successful than he ever was despite having to start from scratch, and I went to a good college and now manage the financial side of my dad's business. Without going into detail, let's say we are extremely financially comfortable. In comes my mom, who has been trying to contact me for the past 2 years. I have been actively avoiding her, but finally agreed to meet her, on the condition that it would just be me and her. When I arrived at the cafe, however, she was there with 7 people. An adult man, 5 people who resemble my mom, and a baby, in other words, my half-siblings. I immediately turned around and left, messaging her I would not be meeting her and blocked her number. Since then, I have gotten messages on basically every platform I am active on by my siblings begging to meet me and so on, and I can't help but feel a bit guilty. But I'm just not interested in meeting them, and honestly, I don't trust them because they all of a sudden want to meet me when I'm doing well financially. Yeah, I feel ya. Seems a bit sus. Also reminds me of that movie Juno. Her mom just moves to the desert and pops out 2 replacement babies and sends her cactuses every year. Thanks, Mom. Your cactuses hurt more than your abandonment. Thank you very much. Sometimes you just can't have family in your life for your own mental well-being. It's sad, but it's true. Also, they shouldn't be contacting you and harassing you on every platform they can reach you on. That's also really sus. That doesn't make me feel like they care about you as a human being and your boundaries and stuff. Yeah, no, that sounds like an ulterior motive to me. Next! Dime savvy, dollar stupid. Am I the antagonist for being honest when a business owner asked me why my family was not going to her restaurant anymore? My family and I live pretty close to what used to be one of our favorite restaurants. I'd say we have either eaten there or gotten to go at least every other week for the last few years. We're definitely regulars, and we know the owners and most of the staff. When the shelter-in-place orders happened in our state about 2 months ago, the restaurant obviously suffered. They seemed to make a good chunk of their money from dine-in, and they had to let all of their part-timers go. After getting a to-go order, we realized they had obviously replaced some of their ingredients for cheaper substitutes. For example, the chicken dish my son usually gets with fresh roasted chicken was obviously frozen chicken breast fillets, the same size and shape as the ones I get from Costco for our dogs. We gave them one more try a few weeks later, but it was even worse. We haven't been back since, and honestly, probably won't unless they reopen with their original recipes. Anyways, a few days ago, I ran into one of the owners at the grocery store. She asked me why they haven't seen us in so long, and I just told her we'd been cooking at home more. She asked again, was there really any reason we weren't getting to go at all anymore? So I told her, yes, it seems like the quality of the food has dropped pretty significantly. She started to push back, saying that they had only made minor changes. I disagree. And we were some of their best customers, and it was really hurting their business to lose their regulars. I told her that I'm sorry, we'd be happy to come back if they were going back to their original recipes, but that it just doesn't make sense for me to be buying food that my family isn't enjoying. She stormed off. I told my husband about this interaction, and he thinks I should have just told her we were saving money cooking at home, and we'd be back after quarantine ended. His reasoning was that we know the owners to be good people, and they're obviously struggling right now. We shouldn't make them feel worse. I know this is pretty minor, but I pride myself in being a kind person to others, and I want to apologize if I need to. Am I the asshole? No. First of all, I find it incredibly rude that she asked you, you answered, but then she asked again because she didn't feel satisfied with your answer. You tried to tell her, oh, it's just because we've been cooking at home more. So when she asked again, I would take that as an invitation to be like, actually, it seems like you're asking for some constructive criticism and this is the real reason. And for her to get all puffy and be like, how dare you? It's just ridiculous. Cutting corners isn't a good thing if it's gonna make people not like your food. Like, that's not a wise business decision. No. You're not the asshole. She asked for your honest opinion. She can't deal with it, that's her problem. Next! Mansplaining? Am I the asshole for mansplaining vaginas to a woman? This happened a few months ago, but my brain won't let this one go. So I was hanging out with some friends, 2 guys, 1 woman. We're all in our early 20s and have had our fair share of romance in life. The topic of sex popped up and we started talking about some of our past experiences. One guy joked about how having sex only made his penis bigger and bigger. We all laughed and he said he wished that that's how it works. My female friend, let's call her Sarah, piped up and said, "Yeah, for women, it's the complete opposite. The more sex you have, the bigger your labia gets and the looser you become." There were some chuckles, but then I asked her if she was serious. She said she was. Now, this is a big myth. I was surprised a woman who has had some experience actually believes that. I basically told her this, and then she started getting annoyed, asking how me and my penis knows about that. I said the same way I know anything about female anatomy, I read up on it. The whole women get looser thing is something sexist dudes made up to slut-shame women. My other friends were silent on this. She then just said, "Whatever, I'm not in the mood for your mansplaining." So I'm at a loss here. Am I the asshole for explaining something that I feel people should just know about? No. It's sad that she believes this, and it's definitely a sexist thing some sexist, creepy dudes made up to slut-shame women and to control women. And it's sad that she believes it. Unfortunately, a lot of sexist myths that were made to control women, a lot of other women believe them and slut-shame their peers over it. So, you know, she obviously needed to hear it. Like, you weren't being rude or condescending. You were just telling her a fact. It's upsetting that she would call it mansplaining. That's just misuse of that word. And you're not the asshole, no. In one of my previous videos, I actually misused the word mansplaining, and I feel so stupid now because when I used it, it was just a really dumb reaction to something that wasn't mansplaining at all. It was just another human being reacting to something, and just because the guy was a guy, my brain knee-jerked to something that wasn't true, and I feel so bad about it now, and I wish I could take it back. It was just stupid. Real mansplaining is when sexist dudes tell you some sexist shit. Just because a guy tells you something doesn't make it mansplaining, and yeah, we all need to know that. Including me, apparently. That's it for this time, you guys. I hope you had a wonderful time, that you agree with me on my judgments. If you don't, if you do comment below. I'm having so much fun making my true crime series. I'm so excited to show it to you guys. Soon, my darlings, soon. So soon it's going to be every Friday and every Wednesday that I post. Fridays, Reddit readings. Wednesdays, true crime. Do subscribe if you're interested. And leave a like, that would also be neat. Thank you so much to my wonderful patrons, Capra, Magdalena Wurska, Cami, and Ellie. You really spur me on and make me feel like I can actually do this, and like I'm actually good at it. I don't know. Sometimes I doubt myself. And knowing you support me makes all the difference in the world. And everyone who watches too, just so you know. Thank you for coming by. See you next time.